Hello guys, Aurum here, and today in this video I'm going to be showing you how to make a LEGO MINDSTORMS EV3 gyro sensor program to allow your robot to drive perfectly straight, guys. So you will not need a line of any kind for this program, and the robot will not shift off the line if you do this. So this is because a lot of situations there are in which a competition will allow you to place a black line using electrical tape or something like that that will allow your robot to be able to follow that line using the color sensor that I have here. But in FLL, you actually can't do that. You cannot add things onto the mat. So in that case, you're going to have to use the gyro sensor, or you're going to have to use the very unreliable move steering. The problem with move steering, which you guys have probably tried out, this is probably one of the first things you guys ever did was use your move steering, is it tends to drift off in one direction. And this happens because maybe your robot is unbalanced on one side, so maybe one side weighs a little bit more than the other. But even fully balanced robots sometimes have this issue. So in this video, I'm going to be showing you how to create this gyro program. So let's go ahead and get started. One thing you guys may have seen other people do with their gyro programs is start off with a loop block. You can do this if you like. In this case, I'm not going to. Depending on what kind of program that you are running, you may or may not want to run the loop block, and you may or may not want to use these variable blocks that we have right here. If you guys want a video on how to use the variable blocks and utilize them in this program, feel free to comment that down below or like the video, so that if you guys want that video, I would be happy to make that for you guys. But what you are going to want to put this on is measure angle, is what you're going to need to put it on. And this is because you are obviously measuring the angle. You want it to stay at exactly 0, because 0 is obviously the origin and it is straight. If you guys were to look at a protractor or something, you guys would easily be able to see that. So next off, we're going to use a math block. So a lot of you guys may not know what the math blocks really do, but they can be used to substitute variables and things like that. So these are things that are constantly changing. You guys probably know what a variable is, but these are just the things that are changing in the program. So if something is constantly switching on and off, rather than making a huge program that stretches all the way down to there, and you have to zoom out so far that you can't see anything on the actual program, that's an issue. So you can use this, and rather than having to use maybe 20 blocks, you can maybe only use 6. So it significantly helps. And then finally, we have to use the move steering, because obviously this is how the motors are going to know that they need to move. So the first thing we need to do is leave this on. So you may or may not want to change that. In this case, I am just going to leave it on. If you want to put it on seconds, degrees, rotations, fine. It just depends on what program you're doing. Again, this is a generic gyro program, and if you need to, you can adjust it based on what tasks you're trying to complete and what you're trying to do with your robot in general, guys. So the next thing that we're going to do is right here on the angle measurement, we're going to plug this into A, because A is the angle, and we're going to keep the angle at 0. So A in this case is going to equal 0, because we are measuring the angle and we want it to stay at 0, which is right ahead. Now, depending on your robot, 0 might be something else. I know sometimes 0 is actually the 45-degree mark or the negative 45-degree mark. It just depends. What I would recommend doing is putting your gyro sensor right in the middle of your robot. This way you don't have to go through all this mess. But if your robot does happen to have the 0 at a different position, try to change it. If not, your measurements may be a little bit different. The next thing we're going to do is the equals. So B in this case, guys, we want B to equal 0. Because obviously, we want it to be traveling in a straight line. The equal sign, however, will be the direction. So right here, we're going to wire it in to the direction port of this move steering block. This is saying, okay, it's going to go forward. So that's really what we're doing. Again, this is for the angle measurement. This is just to signify the measurement, and this is exactly what it equals, or what it is doing. So this is saying the angle equals 0, and 0 is what the motor is going to run, guys. And that is actually it. That is all you need to do this gyro program. You guys, again, can put it in a loop if that is something that you guys want to do. So if you're going to loop it, feel free to do so. But as you guys can see, you will obviously have to rewire it. So if you were to put it in the loop, it would look just like this. And as you can see, it is all good, guys. So that is how you make the gyro program to allow your robot to drive straight, guys. If you did enjoy this video, please be sure to subscribe. It definitely helps out my channel, and you guys do get exclusive content, notifications, and a whole lot more. So if you did enjoy what you saw, please be sure to subscribe, guys. Like the video if you enjoyed, and comment down below if there are any other EV3 videos that you guys would like me to do in programming, or if you have a custom creation recommendation for all my LEGO EV3 creations. And again, constructive criticism is always welcome. Please just make sure that it is positive and not negative feedback, because I do like to create a positive atmosphere within my channel. So thank you guys for watching, and I will see you guys in the next video. Thank you.